The 2011 really started with the concept of modularity. It was the starting point for the product. It's something that we've worked on innovation for 3 to 4 years prior to the product actually being started from a static perspective. And we're trying to deliver unique underfoot experience for different styles of play. So it gives the athlete a choice on what to wear underfoot, either within one game, so maybe first 3 quarters you're in the quick out midsole, and the last quarter you're in the explosive midsole, which are uniquely engineered for those styles of play. One is more perimeter, quick cutting, responsive. The other one is more under the basket in the paint, going up and down for blocks, rebounds, etc. More of the vertical game, more of the responsive lateral game. So that was the base insight from a science perspective. Really take an athlete input and an athlete need and engineering around that. And as we're getting closer to making that a successful platform, Tinker came to the table with the Jordan 2011 being the perfect product vehicle to use a technology like this and be the first out to deliver this type of technology. And when we showed Michael Jordan the raw concept, which is pretty much here, we said, hey, you're going to have a comfort booty around your foot. It's going to go inside a shell and drop a midsole inside that. And of course, you're on a stable platform. So we showed them, and literally this is what we showed them, these exact parts. And it started a conversation around the concept and the product. And as he was taking it in and digesting it, he was starting to think about, okay, playing home versus playing away, and also being a versatile player, playing the first 3 quarters versus the last quarter is quite a different thing at times. So he saw this as a valuable way to be able to address needs from an athlete perspective, and kind of was like, okay, great, this is kind of like a warrior choosing their weapon before going into battle. And when he made that comment, it really started a conversation around what does it mean being a warrior in basketball around 2010, 2011, 2012, right? That time frame. What are the influences that it conjures up? And really looked at getting ready for battle. You think about belts being strapped and armor being put on and weapons being sharpened, etc. And it started us down the path of the more sort of aesthetic of the product. So we looked at warrior patterns in different cultures and developed it, and even the star map, reading the stars before going into battle, and getting ready for the battle itself by putting on your gear. So that then brought the art to the science. So we had the science in hand. We were developing it specifically for this product, and then met with the art and the design of building a beautiful, sophisticated shoe that is inspired by the warrior, based on these conversations with Michael Jordan. So that's sort of a brief overview. When Tinker came to me with these sketches that you see here, his approach was very intuitive and clean, very clean design approach. And he said, I really want this to be sophisticated. I want it to be about finishing details, crafted looks, and just paying attention to how the materials are processed. He really pushed hard on getting this beautiful dress shoe quality leather that is crafted to the just highest standard, and then putting the new technology inside without being too loud about it, because I think that sophistication and that is uniquely Jordan, and Tinker has a great way of getting to that. So from these very first sketches, we saw some beautiful flowing lines on the product that you can see in the final shoe here, but they're very very simple and clean, not too over the top. But as you get closer to the shoe, you see a lot of fine details, finishing details, whether it's the burnishing and fade of color in the leather, and the embossed pattern, the really beautiful perf pattern, the finishing of the Jumpman on the heel, the attention to detail on tongue top lowers, and how the booty is finished. Every single piece has been thoughtfully crafted, and I think that's what makes the shoe, from an aesthetic perspective, very unique. When we were starting to address the aesthetics and the design of the shoe, one of the movies I was playing at the time was Avatar, and was making a big, also a warrior story, which was coincidental. And not so much the movie itself, but the design of the dragon birds and the wing patterns of the dragon birds really were a jump-off point for us to start looking at the graphic pattern on the shoe. And Tinker talked about sort of handcrafted belts, hand-finished belts, and how those are very beautifully crafted and finished. He said, can we get something like that going in this product? And we said, okay, yes, we can, of course. However, we want to pay attention to how the shoe folds and flexes in the forefoot. So where usually would see creases in the leather after a long time of wear, we made sure that the pattern actually addresses that, so that the shoe looks beautiful longer. So this embossed pattern wraps around the forefoot, and actually in the flex zone makes sure that it'll stay beautiful for a long time. So they're very unique, from the explosive to the quick. Every single part of that is different. So the explosive is a very soft Cushlon foam, compared to a compression Phylon on the quick. So the foam carrier is uniquely different between each. The explosive has full-length air bag, where the quick has Zoom airbags inside heel and forefoot. So responsive cushioning versus impact protection. The quick midsole has an EVA Strobel 5mm thick, again geared towards the quick responsive style of play. On the explosive, we have an ortholite sock liner, which is a completely different compound. It has a completely different compression set characteristic that is, again, geared more towards impact protection. So think of the vertical play coming down from a rebound, for example, and crashing in the ground rather than cutting around your opponent. So each and every part of that is engineered for a different style of play, and putting your feet on either one of those will give you a different feel underfoot. So what we're actually doing is, in the box, the right shoe comes with the quick, the left shoe comes with the explosive. When you buy the shoes, you're able to put them on and decide which one is the first one I'm going to wear. Is it the explosive? Is it the quick? And then as you have a need to change them out, you're able to put the other one in. So the shoe comes with both sets of midsole. Yeah, absolutely. And we were, we had a very wide platform, and the shoe was nowhere near refined at that point. So a lot of the comments were about making it sleek, making it beautiful, attention to detail, and crafting. But Michael also puts a lot of trust in the team to finish strong. Something that's expected from our brand, from our team, is to make sure that we can take concepts even in their raw stage, and through the process refine them to be the utmost premium product that we can deliver. His comments really are what solidified the concept for us. It made us feel confident that we are walking in the right direction, on the right path, and it also spurred a lot of creativity around the warrior concept. It's always great to have an athlete who's articulate and thoughtful about the comments to drive the product process, and inspire designers to deliver the product that's best suited for you. He did, from the performance angle, more so than the aesthetic angle. I think the Warrior story is true to him. His game being so versatile really is great for the platform under his foot. So he can play on the perimeter, he can play under the rim, and really excel at both. And he's a hybrid player, so to speak. He's not locked into one position. He's very versatile on the court. So the concept stays true for him. He has a very unique foot morphology and biomechanics that we had to engineer around for him. And actually, just in the last couple of days, he's been wearing the shoe in practice and being very happy with it. You know, we sneak previewed it at the Christmas game, and you know, we've been collecting feedback from him throughout the process to get it engineered for him specifically as well.